Hello and welcome to my 2023 build and my first acoustic guitar build ever. Up until now I've only built electric guitars. My first was a kit Strat, then I built a freestyle guitar, and last year I built a 12 string for the Great Guitar Build Off 2022. So I've managed to get myself a book matched pair of Engelmann Spruce for a top. Quite a lot of work to do on them. You can see that over there are some marks, some cracks almost that go straight through, and I'm hoping that those will fit where the sound hole goes so that they can be cut away. I really haven't got a lot of wood to play with. There's quite a bit of work to do to join them, and I haven't got much that I can cut away. Anyway, let's start by marking out the body using my trusty old lady 1971 Gibson J50 with all its problems. Yeah, there's only just enough wood. In fact, not quite enough wood to make an exact copy of this. But well, let's see what we can do. Poor old lady, look at that binding all coming apart. I'm going to have to redo all of that. The sound hole on the J50 is exactly 100 millimeters. And from the edge of the body to the edge of the sound hole is 95 millimeters. So now I mark off 95 from the edge, from the end of the guitar there. From there to there, that will be the distance from the end of the guitar to the start of the sound hole. With my compass set to 50 millimeters, that's not going to work. Right, I've redrawn the body, shifted further along, and this is take two. See if we can get those two little marks into the sound hole so that they can disappear. Oh, it's looking good. Yep, we make it. Just. That's fantastic. This rather strange figuring there and there and there is not really figuring, it's cat paw prints. I've taped the two pieces together with the top on the inside. So now I've got to flatten this surface here so that when I open it back up I get a absolutely perfect straight edge there, and I'm hopeless at that. Because, as I said, I'm hopeless with getting things straight, I have to have straight edges to run things along. So this is a piece of melamine coated chipboard to which I glued a strip of aluminium flat bar butted up against a straight edge. So now I have the wood sticking out just over the edge of the aluminium flat bar, and I can either run a plane along there or on its side, or I can use a straight edge with some sandpaper glued to it. I haven't got much wood to waste here, so I'm going to use sandpaper on a straight edge. So now I have the board clamped into the jig, overhanging the aluminium flat bar strip by less than a millimeter. I've got a straight edge with sandpaper glued to it, super glued to it, and all I'm doing is running the straight edge along, and hopefully that will have it flat. If you hold the two halves of the top together up against a window, you can easily see light through if you've not got it right. Because bar clamps are expensive and melamine and red grandis is cheap, instead of buying myself some bar clamps to join the top, I made a jig. First of all, there are two bars of red grandis that will screw down over the top of the guitar top that you're joining. On this side, running on T-track, there are just some stoppers, and over this side similar, but instead of stoppers there are cams. So first things first, we need to get a little bit of glue on this edge. Everyone seems to say not too much glue, not too much glue. Well, we'll see. The reason that the board is made of melamine is that this white woodworking glue doesn't stick to melamine. Right, so I've glued up the two edges, and now I put this board roughly in the middle. Doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. Just get rid of some of this squeeze out straight away. And the first thing is these bars go over the top, and you don't screw them down hard, they're just to stop the middle lifting when you apply pressure from the sides. The two halves of the top need to be able to move a little bit under these bars. Next thing, loosen the stoppers on this side, get them up against the board and tighten them up. They run on T-track, so it's quite easy to move them. Next, bring these up close to the board. And then twist the cam to apply pressure to the You can see a little bit of squeeze out happening there. And up here at the top too. And that's all that there is to it. Now it's clamped tight and held down. Voila! As I mentioned before, this board that I got, or this top that I got, is just not quite wide enough to make a dreadnought. As you can see there on this side, there on that side, it's only just too small. Having watched a video from Driftwood Guitars, I see something they do is they'll take a piece of wood from here, where it's basically waste wood, and they'll glue it on there as little wings. So take from there, glue it on there, and then you've got the width that you need. Like so. Right, so now I have an Engelmann spruce top, joined and ready for thicknessing and cutting.